Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Televiziya with the major developments of the week. I'm your host Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. On October 31st, a trilateral meeting between President Ilham Aliyev, President Vladimir Putin and Prime Minister of Armenia Nikol Pashinyan took place in Sochi. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev visited the Martyrs Memorial and National Museum of Mujahid in capital city Algiers of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev arrived in the city of Sochi for a working visit at the invitation of President of the Russian Federation Vladimir Putin. A bilateral meeting took place between President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Russian Federation Vladimir Putin in Sochi.
Russian President Vladimir Putin welcomed President Ilham Aliyev. They then posed for photographs. Greeting President Ilham Aliyev, President Vladimir Putin said that this meeting was taking place at the initiative of President Ilham Aliyev and Prime Minister of Armenia in Sochi. Noting that this meeting was important, Vladimir Putin added that the main goal was to ensure the implementation of the agreements made in 2020 and 2021, saying that President Ilham Aliyev stated on a number of occasions that Russia played an important role in the settlement of the conflict, and currently a Russian peacekeeping contingent was carrying out its mission as it should. President Vladimir Putin expressed his gratitude to President Ilham Aliyev for this assessment. Today we will be talking about the current situation and looking for ways of resolution for the outstanding issues. Underlying that the trilateral working group led by the Deputy Prime Ministers was established, Vladimir Putin added that they had advanced quite a lot on the resolution of issues which had been discussed 2 years ago. So we have to give additional impulse here as well. I know that the Azerbaijani side is actively working on this. The scope of issues to be discussed at the meeting is quite large, said President Vladimir Putin, and once more time welcomed President Ilham Aliyev. President Ilham Aliyev thanked Vladimir Putin for the invitation, saying that this meeting was dedicated to the regional issue. President Ilham Aliyev noted the role Russia played in the signing of the trilateral statement, which put an end to the conflict of many years. Now it's time to discuss and take action in the directions of normalization of relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia. The head of our state stressed that previous meetings held on the initiative of President Vladimir Putin gave an impetus to the normalization process. Not too long ago, Azerbaijan put forward 5 main principles that should be at the root of the normalization process. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized that the Karabakh conflict had been resolved 2 years ago and there is no grounds for discussions in this regard. The normalization process requires serious steps. President Ilham Aliyev said that we still rely on the role of Russia and Vladimir Putin personally in achieving these objectives.
On October 31st, a trilateral meeting between President Ilham Aliyev, President Vladimir Putin and Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan took place in Sochi. President Ilham Aliyev, President Vladimir Putin and Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan held a trilateral meeting in Sochi. Speaking at the meeting, President Vladimir Putin said that negotiation consisted of the 3 rounds, first with the Armenian delegation and then face-to-face with the Prime Minister of Armenia. Then we had the meeting with Azerbaijani delegation, which followed by the face-to-face meeting with the President of Azerbaijan. And then for 2, even probably a little more hours, the 3 of us talked, said the Russian leader. President Vladimir Putin said that a joint statement was agreed upon even though certain segments of the text were removed. Nonetheless, President Vladimir Putin assessed the meeting as beneficial, establishing conditions for the future steps in the resolution of the situation as a whole. By as a whole, I mean both the events of the recent past and those that took place 2 years ago. Today's discussion suggests that we can also agree on the future of all our countries. When I say all our countries, I mean Russia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, and all the countries of the region, because all people who live in this territory are interested in normalization of relations, Vladimir Putin said. The Russian Federation will do everything to reach a final and comprehensive settlement, the Russian president said. As agreed, we will be in contact, we will continue this dialogue, and we will continue to search for those solutions that are necessary in order to put an end to this long-lasting conflict, the head of the Russian state said. President Ilham Aliyev arrived in Algeria to attend the Arab League summit as an honorary guest at the invitation of the President of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, which hosted the 31st Arab League summit.
A guard of honor was arranged for the head of state at the Algiers Houari Boumediene International Airport. The President of Azerbaijan was welcomed by officials.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev visited the Martyrs Memorial and National Museum of Mujahid in capital city Algiers of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. President Ilham Aliyev later reached the memorial. The Martyrs Memorial, built to commemorate the soldiers who had sacrificed their lives in the fight for the freedom of Algeria, was opened on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the country's independence. The monument is 92 meters tall. During the acquaintance with the National Museum of Mujahid, the head of our state was informed that a large portion of collection of the museum, situated under the Martyrs Memorial and built in 1984, is dedicated to the occupation of the country by France and the popular resistance movement against French colonialism in 1830 to 1962. Alongside paintings, weapons, archival materials and war items, photos and documents belonging to the Algerian Mujahid who fought against colonialism are displayed, as well as the execution tools used by the French to punish the participants of the popular movement during the resistance period. The French mercilessly murdered more than 1.5 million people during the period of occupation, covering the years of 1830 to 1962. That is why Algeria is called the country of 1.5 million martyrs. In total,
total about 10 million Algerians were victims of the period of French occupation. The attitude of the French to Algeria was different from the other territories they occupied. So if other territories were considered to be colonies, Algeria was considered a part of France, its overseas territory. Then the president of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, wrote heartfelt words in the memorial book of the museum.
On November 1st, the 31st summit of the Arab League took place in the capital of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, Algiers. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, participated in the summit as an honorable guest at the invitation of the president of the host country, People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, Abdelmajid Tebboune. The activeness of Azerbaijan as the chair of NAM has increased significantly the reputation and functionality of the movement to which many Arab League states have become a member. The initiatives put forward by Azerbaijan are discussed at the level of the UN and are further developed with relevant documentation. Several similar initiatives were realized during the pandemic with the support of the members of the movement. Undoubtedly, the visit of the President of Azerbaijan, both in the capacity of the chair of NAM, the discussions made and the summit he participated at will give new impetus to our country as well as to the cooperation between the NAM and the Arab League. President Ilham Aliyev delivered a speech at the summit. President Ilham Aliyev received Vice President of the Republic of Turkey, Fuat Oktay.
Vice President Fuat Oktay extended Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's greetings to President Ilham Aliyev. The head of state thanked for Recep Tayyip Erdogan's greetings and asked the Vice President to extend his greetings to the Turkish President. During the conversation, the sides underlined the importance of the Shusha Declaration, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's recent visit to Azerbaijan and his participation in the openings of important facilities in the cities of Zengilin and Cebrail as part of the visit were hailed. Recalling the telephone conversation with Recep Tayyip Erdogan 2 days ago, the head of state described the start of electric car production in Turkey as the next success of the brotherly country's industry. The importance of the Zangezur corridor in terms of the development of transport relations was mentioned at the meeting. The significance of Azerbaijan's investment of more than $20 billion in the economy of Turkey was emphasized. The increase in trade and the successful cooperation in the field of energy was pointed out. Touching upon the issue related to gas export, the importance of the Thousand Gas Corridor as well as expanding the export possibilities of this corridor was emphasized. The sides also exchanged views on prospects for cooperation in the fields of transport and trade. President Ilham Aliyev welcomed the Turkish Vice President's planned visit to Shusha.
President Ilham Aliyev attended the opening of the largest in the region olive oil and table olive products processing plant owned by Absheron Zeytun Bağları Limited Liability Company in the Ras settlement of Khazar district of Baku.
Today, the issue of food safety is a concern for the entire world. The economic diversification policy of the Azerbaijani state is symbiotically developing by ensuring food safety. Opening of the largest in the region olive oil and table olive products processing plant of Absheron Zeytun Bağları Limited Liability Company situated in the Ras settlement of Khazar district is a significant event in terms of both fulfilling the internal demand and fully realizing the export potential. Representative of the Absheron Zeytun Bağları LLC, Ramzi Shukurov, informed the head of our state about activity of the complex and enterprise. Olive growing complex of the Absheron Zeytun Bağları LLC is the result of the successfully implemented non-oil and agricultural development concept, and the enterprise was established in line with the instructions of President Ilham Aliyev in the field of development of non-oil sector. It was stated that the project was realized through joint cooperation of experts from Azerbaijan, Spain, Israel, Italy, Portugal and Turkey. President Ilham Aliyev watched the video chart on the works carried out in the territory and establishment of the plant. President Ilham Aliyev planted an olive tree in the area. Then Murat Küçük Çakır, consultant of the Abşeron Zeytun Bağları Limited Liability Company, informed the head of state about the establishment of olive orchards. It was noted that for the implementation of the project at the initial stage, cleaning works were carried out on 787 hectares of hard rocky terrain unfit for agriculture in the area of Goşa-Qışlaq village of Zira settlement. Olive orchards of Arbequina, Arbosana, Imperial, Gemlik, Manzanilla, Blanqueta, Karoniki and other varieties imported from Spain, Portugal, Turkey and Greece are planted on 697 hectares. In total, the complex covers 3,000 hectares. As a result of carrying out improvement works and setting a garden in a large area, the land that was once in a useless state has been revived, and the climate and flora of the area have been restored. Oil olive, table olive and mixed seedlings were planted in the area according to the market demand. In the future, it is envisaged to continue cultivation and to plant 1,162 hectares of olive groves in Gorgan settlement. In order to irrigate the gardens, fully automated irrigation systems were built in cooperation with the Israeli Netafim company. An olive oil production plant with an annual production capacity of 4,000 tons of oil was established in cooperation with the Italian Piralisi company. 5 separate production lines have been created as the enterprise, one of which is the second pressing. Cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil is produced at the plant with an annual capacity of receiving 35,000 tons of raw olive. President Ilham Aliyev familiarized himself with the production process and the work of the laboratory. The head of state was informed about New Holland equipment utilized here. It was stated that for the first time in Azerbaijan, harvesting of olive with the New Holland harvest combiner, which is one of the most advanced technologies in the world, is carried out in Abşeron Zeytun Bağları LLC. The samples taken from the products produced in Abşeron Zeytun Bağları enterprise are examined at the labs of the Azerbaijan Food Safety Institute, and the compliance of the products to the current requirements is checked. President Ilham Aliyev inspected the area. It was stated that in 2019, Vice President of the Eder Aliyev Foundation, founder and head of IDEA Public Union Leyla Aliyeva, was here and planted the first olive tree in the area, which now features olive orchards. Afterwards, President Ilham Aliyev reviewed the training and equation center of the facility and was presented with the samples of olive oil produced in the factory. Then President Ilham Aliyev familiarized himself with the table olive oil processing plant. It was noted that the table olive processing plant, with a capacity to receive 1,000 tons of raw olive annually, was set up in the facility within the framework of the cooperation with Turkish Tutkun Makina. The technological potential of the enterprise allows to increase the production up to 2,000 tons by increasing the volume of fermentation containers. The facility enables the production of green, black, pitted olives, unpitted olives, sliced olives, stuffed olives, and production of other table olive products. Then President Ilham Aliyev met with representatives of the Italian Piralisi company. Experts from Italy said that they were pleased to meet the head of state. Expressing his satisfaction with the conditions created at the facility, the head of state talked about the perspectives of this field. It should be noted that overall 350 people have been employed at the Abşeron Zeytun Bağları LLC. It is envisaged that the produce will be exported to foreign markets as well as under Made in Azerbaijan brand.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.